Hello friends, how you doing? Day 1200. Whoa, 1200. What a beautiful round number. Hope you're doing awesome on this Friday night. I just want to come in today and just share with you a comment I read on a vegan post. And also, I want to share with you a situation that happened, or a conversation, I should say, with a vegan acquaintance. And so, I'll share the comment on the post first, and then what happened, okay? So, well, the reason why I want to share the comment, is because it's rare that I read something like this. It's not just vegan, just in other areas as well. But to me, what they wrote aligns with a lot of what I believe as well in terms of how to behave, basically. And so let me read you the comment. Oh yeah, the post itself, it was a joke. Making fun of meat eaters, right? Again, which if you eat meat, don't eat meat, whatever, it's up to you. So a lot of times when we're in a certain community, it can be an echo chamber, meaning if you believe one thing and everyone else believes the same thing, we start to say certain things that may be mean and cruel unintentionally, and because everyone is doing it, you might think it's okay. But if we look at the bigger picture, my question is, how do you want to treat people, right? Regardless of what they believe. And so the comment itself, I'll read you right now. Okay, so this is on the post that they're making fun of meat eaters. Okay, so the commenter said, "You may try to encourage them to accept the significance of being a vegan or vegetarian, but this kind of humor doesn't do any good to persuade them to respect what vegan stands for. Being vegan is all about spreading kindness and peace and not making others feel hostile and be divided because our belief is the absolute truth and reality. We wouldn't earn respect and making others persuade if we mock or belittle other people's choices. Respect begets respect. If they do change because of this, that is because it is out of fear or just pleasing us, but don't see the significance of it to themselves and to the animals that we've been trying to protect, and soon they are back to their old ways. As vegans, we patiently help those people who really want to transition for something better and understand those people who are struggling with this and see where they are coming from. Those mediators may be harsh on us, but we don't equate it the same because we have a strong conviction that we follow and we see things in a bigger picture, that our good actions be an example for them to change." Okay, so that's the end of the comment that I read on the post. And so for me, I'm like, wow, that's actually some really good points and quite mature actually. Because at the end of the day, what are you trying to create, right? If you're trying to create change, are you trying to create momentary change or lasting change? And vegan just happens to be the subject here, but it can be anything, okay? And so the conversation they had today was actually essentially the opposite of that. And that's why I wanted to actually come and make this video. She's messaged me a number of times, just information and what have you, trying to convert me, and she's a proud preachy vegan, and I understand what she's trying to do. It's all good, allow her to be who she is, and I tried to kind of steer away from the conversation just because I know what she wants, and I'm like, I've kind of read a lot of stuff already, and I've had these conversations, and she's wondering why do you come out to all these vegan events? Why do you talk about that, share all this information, but you're not yourself? I'm like, well, I'm a vegetarian. 95% of the time I'm vegan, and that's where I'm currently at right now. And apparently that wasn't good enough for her. And so when I share with her the reasons, she just said, she just wrote down selfish, one word, and then blocked me. And I'm okay with that. It's all good. But for me, I'm just like, why? In this world, there are no two people, or there's no one subject that we can all agree on. There's not one thing that we can all say, yep, that's 100% true. Nothing. Even death, right? What happens after death? Any subject, doesn't really matter. Vaccine, health, whatever, exercise. it doesn't matter. We will never ever 100% agree on one thing in this world. And so, what she's trying to do, I understand. And, I support her in what she's trying to do. But the thing is, what you're doing is important. What's more important is why you do it. And she's doing for the animals, I get that. But even more important than that, I believe, is how you do it. And so if you're talking about or trying to spread the message of compassion, but you're not treating people with compassion, then how effective do you think your message is going to be? But I get it. People, we are emotional creatures. We are not logical in general. So when we feel something, sometimes we may say things that are maybe out of character or just in the moment or what have you. I get it. We all make mistakes and we say and do things that we may not mean or think about before acting. And the question is, you may feel better in the moment to let out all that aggression or that anger or those feelings, frustration, whatever it is. But did you further your cause? That is my question to you. What you did and how you acted, did it further your cause? And if not, then you actually hurt your cause. And if you are the example, if you're a preachy, in this case, vegan, and we can substitute for anything like business, MLM, Christian, whatever. There's lots. It doesn't really matter. Then how you act is actually representative of your community. But of course, as you mature, you understand that just because there's one bad apple doesn't mean that everyone is bad in that community, right? And so, the reason why, I kind of avoided a lot of the conversation with her for a long time is because she always came across as judgmental, trying to shame, trying to guilt. And, I don't want that energy around me. It's negative. It doesn't help anybody. Like, when's the last time that you felt good about someone shaming you or guilting you or judging you? I don't think anybody feels good about that, right? Change always starts from within. And so, I love Gandhi's quote, be the change you want to see in the world. So if you're talking about being compassionate, I hope that you act compassionately. If you talk about loving people, I hope that you act lovingly towards others. That requires a lot of patience, understanding, listening, empathy, a lot of things that, we all have the capacity to develop and grow and become stronger and better at. Again, we are all under construction. If there's a sign there, under construction, we're all, hopefully growing and trying to become better human beings. But the truth is, we are all one family. We're all in this world together. And why can't we get along? It doesn't mean that we have to agree with everything, because, like I said earlier, there's no chance of that happening. But we can respect each other's different opinions. Anyways, that's kind of most of what I want to share. If somebody doesn't agree with me, I'd love to have a conversation. And when she has messaged me before, I asked her, sure, I'm you have lots of questions. I'm happy to have a chat about it, but but I'm not interested in being convinced of anything. And she said, what do you mean about being convinced? Very very defensive. And I said, well, every time you reach out to me, it feels like you're always judging and trying to make me go vegan, what have you, right? And she just doesn't understand. And I just said, well, you don't have to. Well, I didn't say that, but the truth is she doesn't have to understand. Like, I make my own decisions. I know why I'm making my decisions, and I'm okay with that. And she wasn't okay with me being okay. But again, but at the same time, I think about it and I'm like, man, I hope she's doing okay, because I can't imagine like caring so much about something that, you would treat another human being a certain way, like just in a mean, demeaning way. I just can't imagine that, because that emotion must eat at her every single day. which, you know, is unfortunate because, you know, to me, it's probably a form of suffering, right? And she didn't have to suffer, right? It's just, you know, it's got to do some work, some inner work to understand that, you know, you're allowed to let things go. Things that, you know, you can't control. And that's the thing, right? She's trying to control things. And you can't control people. That's what I've learned. I've tried myself, okay? So I'm guilty of itself, guilty of it as well, okay? I'm definitely not perfect. I'm just sharing with you an experience I had. And, you know, the thing is, like, you know, obviously I put myself out there, right? And, you know, I expect, you know, some criticism here and there, but that's just part of the process, you know? But that's okay, you know? I want to have these conversations. That's why I talk about some harder subjects. It's not to try to make you think what I think or believe what I believe. My hope is that you know why you believe what you believe. That is my hope. That's my encouragement. That whatever you believe, awesome. Do you know why you believe what you believe? Have you thought about it? Or are you just spewing what you heard? Are you spewing just an opinion? Or have you actually reflected and thought about it and maybe even done some research to back up some of your thoughts to see if it actually aligns? And then, how about asking yourself, does it align with your own values? Your core values of who you are and what's actually important to you? Of course, that requires you to actually know what your core values are. That requires some work as well, requiring you to look in the mirror. And, you know, if you're going around pointing fingers at other people, then you're not really looking at yourself in the mirror, right? It doesn't allow you to grow, to learn, to reflect, to actually contribute to making this world a better place. That's just my 2 cents, that's all. But, you know, I'm going to end it there. I'll probably ramble on a little bit, but yeah, if you have any thoughts, love to hear it. But yeah, you know, my hope is that, again, you be the change you want to see in the world, right? Definitely have conversations, open conversations, discussions with people, because, you know, we don't have to be on the other side of the table. We can be on the same side. Like I said before, one family, right? But if you see us as different, then what you're doing is actually creating an invisible wall. You're creating a divider. And I know many of you are fine with that, and that's cool, right? But the truth is we're all united. Or connected, not united. We're all connected, okay? Anyways, I hope you have a great start to your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.